Let's talk a little bit about changing markets a little bit. You went through 07, 08, 09 when the market crashed, and you had momentum into that. And I know you said this. Joe and I talked about Joe Alexander and I talked a little bit about how he's 50 years in the business, and these people that come in for 2 or 3 or 4 years look at him as an old man,
yeah, sure.
And as they do you and I probably. Yeah. And he says they forget I've had 50 years to learn what they don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And the first thing they need to learn is they better learn to listen to me.
Yeah.
So because you've learned these lessons, and you alluded to this earlier, and I remember that when things were pretty good, you would see agents sort of lose their basics, lose their fundamentals because it was too damn easy.
Yeah.
And it would worry me. And I remember saying to agents, and kind of prompt them a little bit, hey, let's get back, go back on track here, and be like, I'm doing the best year ever. And I go, I get that, but you're sloppier than ever.
Right.
And things aren't always going to be like this.
Yeah.
The way you do what you guys have done over 40 years is you analyze, you track, you keep track of what you're doing, and then you change.
Absolutely. I think having consistency in your work habits and staying positive about all the changes that constantly take place, and not just the marketplace, but forms, what clients expect out of an agent.
Right.
I think all of those things, if you're one of those people that goes, oh, not another form, or man, now what do I need to do for these clients? I'm spending all kinds of money already. Then you're in the wrong business.
Right.
You got to change with the times. And excuse me, I just feel like a lot of agents, especially when they become successful, they get a little stuck in their ways.
Right.
And then you're right, they quit learning. It's like, I don't need to really go to those classes anymore. I've got my license and everything else. I did my 45 hours of continuing it.
Right.
Now, more than ever, you can set yourself apart by how much you educate yourself, how much you talk to your peers.
Yes.
And that's where I see a lot of offices. You walk into a lot of offices and they're almost empty.
Oh, yes.
When you and I came in, man, we were in the office every day.
Every day.
And everyone else was too.
Every day.
I mean, if you didn't show up 2 days,
2 office meetings a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody showed up.
Exactly. And
it made it so much easier to communicate. It made it so much easier to manage, to keep everybody,
motivate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were around. You had been in the business for 3 or 4 years by the time the AITD stuff came in the early 80s.
Yes. Yeah. I got in 77, and the marketplace, people kid me at the office because I like to give a little history of the marketplaces. Yeah. But the late 70s was a seller's market. 80 interest rates skyrocketed, and so from 80 to 83, 84, property values moved down pretty significantly, and then they leveled off. In 86 through 89, they more than doubled. 90 to 96, 97. The marketplace took another dive, and property values dropped another 50%. And now in the up markets, they're going well above that 50% mark. So property values are always going up if you look at them over a decade. The thing that I want people to know is you said something earlier that's just right on the money, and that is, agents that have been in the business for 5 to 7 years, they've been in nothing but a seller's market.
Right.
They have no idea what a level marketplace is, and they have no idea what a marketplace where property values are dropping like crazy.
Right.
And so, you have to be good in all the markets, I think, to be a true professional.
If you're going to last.
Yeah.
I tell people that I don't care how much money you make in 1 year. You're not going to get rich in 1 year.
That's right.
You get rich over time.
Yeah.
You got to buy your first house. You got to buy your furniture. You got to buy your dishes. You got to buy all this stuff. Now you got nothing. You got to pay your taxes. You better have money come in the second year.
Yeah, that's right.